Hello and welcome to the 29th episode of the 3GN podcast. Nearly fucked that up. I'm joined by my lovely jovely co-hosts, Monkey Chris
Hello.
and Gary.
Greetings once again.
Now, should we explain about how our Chris is broken now? You know,
Yeah, that's so basically, aside from the fact that if you've been on Discord with us recently, you might have noticed Chris has been having some technical issues. His tablet, it done fucked up.
It done fucked up real good.
It didn't want to be a tablet anymore.
No, it wanted to be a broken screen on the floor.
Yeah.
It wanted to explode.
But well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
And the replacement he got, he's not comfortable with because it's asking for personal details and sorts, and
Basically, it wants his credit card details for free stuff. I mean,
yeah, that's trippy.
Yeah, I don't like that. I haven't had to write in my credit card details to get Discord. So.
And he shouldn't have to either.
Exactly.
And who knows, if he puts his details in, he might be handed over to the mafia.
Yeah, or scammers.
I fully believe Amazon would sell him out to the mafia.
Yeah.
I mean, I fully believe Amazon would sell his information to, like, scammers, and then they'd call him and be like, so your credit card information is blah, 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 blah. We're from the bank. We need you to log in from our website. That definitely isn't a scam. Because it's basically one of the things people do. If they got, like, the information but doesn't have the code, they can use that to, like, try to
entice you in.
Yeah, entice you to give them the code through means like that, impersonating banks and stuff. So it's just, let's just chalk it up to it's dodgy. It's dodgy as fuck.
Yeah.
And he's also not feeling well.
Yeah, so, he's had a thing or two that I'm not sure if he'd willingly talk about, so...
I don't think we should. Let's just leave it at he's also not feeling well. So...
Yeah.
Let's just say, get well soon, Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, he's up and about, but he's been told he really shouldn't be going out and about, so...
Yeah, so we kiss him on the cheek. Mwah, get well soon, baby boy. Pat him on the head, put him in bed, and now we got Lewis.
Hi.
And he's not even a special guest. He's just the host now. He's our substitute. So, he's like
it's why he's Monkey Prince.
Yeah, it's like the cool substitute teacher that doesn't know shit and just lets you sit there all day,
playing on your phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Or with your friends or whatever else you do these days.
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't been in school for a few years. It's been a while.
But in this case, when I mean play on your phones, listen to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been...
If you're one of those substitute teachers, give him a high five for us. He's earned it.
The thing is, I've been in school like a year ago, year and a half, or something like that. And my school experience is I sit in the front and I actually do my homework and I get decent grades. And then everybody in the back sits and plays Tetris on their MacBooks.
They just sit in the back and play Tetris.
And then they keep asking, like, how could I have known all this information that you've been teaching me? How could I have known this? And I don't want to be the nerdy bitch being like, well, you could have,
paid attention,
done your homework maybe once or twice, just a wee bit. But I digress.
Tetris is great, and it teaches you the most amazing life skill you could ever possibly need: how to pack things into a fridge and/or freezer.
And I'm sure that most Amazon warehouse packers, they're like, hey, I know how to put different shaped boxes together. And then Base is like, oh shit, that's great, you're hired. But we're almost 5 minutes in and we haven't even started talking about the games we've played. This is gonna be, I mean, Chris is usually the one who has the leash, and it's like, hey guys, do
this is where we started.
So
Don't worry. We've got the factory working at full speed. We're trying to make sure that we've got another Chris soon.
Yeah. But who would like to start with the games they played this week? Well, technically 2 weeks, because we're starting to do the podcast a bit more bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Even though I think we're
Yeah.
gonna return to a weekly once if we start streaming it, because it's much less work for me. Even though it's kind of sad that we can't show a picture for each game when we do that, because to do that I would need to know every game we're going to talk about beforehand and have each picture already open and ready to show on the screen. I'll probably.
I suppose in that context of streaming it, you could always do.
Someone's knocking at my door.
Wonderful. Did you want to go see that real quick? Like,
Well, in that case, when he comes back, I'm gonna say my nipples are on fire.
my fingers are cold.
She touched my nipples on. I'm so hopefully he's kept this on record.
So do I. I hope he has, for the reason of outtakes alone.
Oh god, can you hear me?
Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So
Yeah.
okay. I just take it's about 5 minutes that I spent on that because I put a picture in resources. My mother wanted to show me the clouds, and then when I was about to leave, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty nice." Like, "Oh, maybe take a picture." Like, "Oh, okay."
That's nice.
So I put a picture in resources.
Now I want to have a look at it. But then I get to look at it before everyone else does.
Yeah.
Oh.
It hasn't loaded, so all I'm getting is this black blob.
That's a good cloud.
I mean, it looks nice.
Okay, yeah, that looks really nice.
Yeah. If I put a picture.
And that yellow house in the distance there, that looks like a toy house.
Okay. I'm gonna return back. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna edit out. I did record, so I'm gonna keep in Lewis's nipple comment.
What?
So. But
Thank you, Danny.
I'm gonna show this picture.
You made his day.
I'm gonna show this picture. I'm gonna edit out the truck with the name because that's a neighbor. That might not be good. Don't say the name out loud if you can see it. But this is.
I've actually stopped looking.
It's called Dave.
Yeah, it's called Dave. But the house, it actually has a funny story behind that house. There used to be another house there. And I remember one day when I was a kid, I was walking home from school and I saw an old man burning weeds with one of those weed burners.
Yeah.
Okay.
And later that evening, I heard a bunch of sirens and we could smell smoke. And we came out and the house that was there was in blaze. We later found out that the man had forgotten to turn off the thing completely.
Oh.
So the house burned down. Nobody got hurt, thankfully.
Thank fuck.
But the house was burnt down. And within a week, this house that you see here was constructed.
Within a week?
Yes, because this is basically a house where they show up, the roof is already done, all the walls are done, and they just construct it like that.
They just put the walls together.
Yeah, they just put the whole thing together.
Nice.
So that's why the house maybe looks a bit toy, because it's like a fabricated house that is then brought in and put up. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Learn something new about your culture every day. Every day.
I don't know if it's specifically Danish, but I mean, I think other countries can do it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I think it's to help with price.
Yeah, I think it's because like they lost their house. And they're like, well, we need a new house pretty quick, and
Yeah.
But that's irrelevant. Now back to the games we played this week. I don't think anybody mentioned any. So
we didn't get to them.
Yeah.
Okay, but who would like to start?
I know that Lewis has the part that will segue into the topic, I think.
Okay,
like the easiest anyway.
So Lewis is last.
Yeah, so I'll start. Yeah. I have been playing so much Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
So last time that Chris and Adam were here together, we finished our playthrough of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Nice.
Sort of. Chris and Adam did, and I went to use Homebrew on my 3DS to take a screenshot, and I input the combination of buttons that reset the game instead.
Oh.
And I hadn't saved it all throughout that time playing it, so I've actually got to do it again, and it's demotivating.
Yeah.
I've lost the will to do it.
Doing it all again, it's a drag.
Yeah. But I've started a bit of it. I just need to get my ass in here and finish that bit up. So Chris is done with it. So that's something for the games I know he's played recently.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Chris. Aside from that, Adam and I have also decided we're going to play a bit of Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum with Jason. And Jason has been here for like almost every day of the past few weeks. And oh my god, it's just starting to get exhausting again. I have no problems with him coming here, but he stays too long. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, we're doing pretty well with that playthrough. We've basically been digging in the underground area, which is nice, digging up some fossils, digging up some treasures, making trades with weird old men in the underground, and getting like plush toys for it.
Yeah, in the
Adam even got a
vans.
bed.
In the white vans.
I don't think the white vans fit underground. In fact,
Oh.
there are no vans in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. That's weird. Why do they have roads? Mysteries.
Yeah, that's a mystery for another day.
But we've 2 badges, and the fun thing there is I know Jason actually actively struggled with the second gym, and I think it caught him off guard because his plan was basically go in with his starter and literally just use Peck on everything because it's got a type advantage, and it mostly worked until it didn't.
Oh, he couldn't peck everyone.
He couldn't pick everyone.
You can't peg them all. Oh wait, I forgot. Pegging is also a sex thing. Jeez.
No.
Yeah. We don't know. We don't need to discuss pegging here.
Yes, Gary, I can hear you pegging. I know.
Oh god damn it, Danny.
Oh god.
But
do go on, yeah.
aside from that, Jason grew rather anxious, so between me and him alone, we've also started a playthrough of Pokemon Black and White. And we've got 2 gym badges on that, and he's actually managed to blast ahead of me despite it being his first ever time playing it. So that's funny.
Yeah.
There could be bits that he's missed and you know about.
Actively been looking through things. He's actually finally taken that advice on board after how many years ago was it that I last complained to you about that?
Too many. Let's just say that.
He's finally gotten the idea, okay, I should definitely be checking every little nook and cranny.
So the student surpasses the teacher at last.
It's only been probably about a decade.
Just a wee decade, you know. Just a teeny tiny decade.
The teacher is only 300 years old.
Oh.
It's been 3,000 years.
Oh, jeez.
That is a Pokemon meme, and I know at least one person in our viewer base will get that reference.
At least one.
At least one. There will probably be like 2 or 3, but I know for a fact at least one will get it.
One's guaranteed.
Beyond that, the free Pokemon MOBA, Pokemon Unite, that's released.
Yeah, I've seen a bit of that.
I have been playing it, but Jason's been wanting to play it way more, and I just don't have the motivation. It's one of those things I'm only willing to partially play, and even when I've let him play it on his own and just quietly done something in the background, I've ended up having to step in 2 or 3 times because he's getting frustrated with all of the way that people play.
The way I've heard it described is either it feels like you're beating children, or it feels like you're being beaten by sweaty 40-year-olds who are MLG in a clan.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's how I've had it described to me.
That's how it sounded the other day when Gary was
You're basically either dunking on 6-year-olds,
or
you're basically being dunked on by people that are older than yourself, even if you yourself are in your late 20s.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, which is why I only play it a little bit. Beyond that, I don't actually remember anything else I've played recently.
Yeah.
So,
you're right, just a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah. So much Pokemon.
I've been playing some weird ass shit recently.
Let's hear that weird ass shit.
Well, I'll start with the less weird ass shit. Halo MCC challenges. Don't need to say anymore. Divinity Original Sin 2 still. I've gotten quite far in that game now. I'm definitely like 60, maybe 70% through the game.
Nice.
Okay.
And here's when it starts to get weird. Hitman Codename 47, released in, what was it? We found out 2000, or was it something else? Like one of the first Hitman games ever to be released.
I forgot the year. I know we discussed this the other day.
Yeah,
Uh,
but
It's
also forgot.
a
The
similar
film
age.
was in. The film was in 2015.
Yeah, well, I mean, the games are
The
much older.
game was in November 2000.
Okay, it was 2000.
Thank you, Lewis.
So I played some of that, done a couple of missions. Then I played some Max Payne, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Gotten a bit through that. Haven't finished it yet. Took a wee break because I got addicted to basically a how can I describe this? It's basically a mobile game, but it's on the PC. It's called Defense Grid: The Awakening.
That sounds like it should be a tower defense game. And oh man, now
Yeah.
I remember.
That is exactly what it is. It is a tower defense game. You put down towers. Aliens try to steal your energy cores, and
Yes.
you kill them before they do so.
So that's actually just reminded me of a tower defense game.
Which one?
It's desktop tower defense. It's such a plain game, and I remember just like Lewis, you might remember it as well. Just setting
Yeah.
up excellent fun paths to confuse the enemy and just demolish them with long range tower shots. It was glorious.
Is
Is
that the one where everything's geometrical shapes? Wait, no, that's vector tower defense.
Basically it's just you've got this sort of like I'm gonna say grid target sort of thingy. So like there's it basically in a plus shape, that's where the enemies come in.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of just gotta stop them from getting through with the way you build your towers.
I mean, that's every tower defense game.
Yes, I get that, but I mean, it's very like the spaces they come in and try to go through. They're very, very open.
I
So,
see.
so it's very strategic where you have to place the towers just to kind of confuse them and blockade them.
The thing is, this tower defense is very 3D oriented, which means there are bridges.
That
There are
sounds
bridges that can go underneath
Hmm.
other bridges and things like that, and it is fun. I'm very certain that it's not a very expensive game. I got it for free, but even at that, I doubt it cost more than like €3, maybe €5.
Hmm.
But it's fun.
That's
And
very cheap.
yeah, well, it's brainless fun, and I can play it while watching something, and then, yeah,
You
Oh,
won't
man.
get stressed out too much by it then.
yeah.
you
And
know, this just reminded me of a game I could do that with that I played at school.
go
But
on.
it was a
What?
flash game, so chances of finding it now are very slim. But it's called Defend Your Castle.
I remember this.
Okay, Gary.
Yeah, you remember it.
Okay, Gary. I'll be honest. I've noticed
I'm
that there are
sorry.
more and more Flash games showing up on Steam.
Steam, you are legendary in my eyes now.
And I mean, I saw. I actually mentioned that I got like this thing where I could download some Flash games and play them if I activated Java. And one of the games I mentioned was The Last Stand. You can now
Okay.
get The Last Stand trilogy on Steam.
Nice.
So I'm like, what? How? When did this happen? I think it happened like a couple of years back, but nobody noticed it. So, but it's yeah. I don't think Flash games are quite dead yet.
No.
I think they still got some kick in them. They've got some spunk.
God damn right they have some kick.
And some punches too.
Yeah.
you
And
beat me to the punch.
other than that, I don't think I've played anything else. Let me just try to think. Okay. No, I haven't played anything else. So that's the games I played this week.
No.
Nice.
Now,
So
it is Lewis's turn.
yes. So normally when I'm on the podcast, the number one game I play is Call of Duty.
Yee.
And
Mhm.
prepare to be disappointed. I have not played Call of
Oh my
Duty.
god, he played Medal of Honor.
No,
You played Halo.
No. I've been more Pokemon based.
Hey, that's my thing.
So I played Pokemon Sword to get, and I done that to get the second badge. That was quite
Nice.
fun. I liked the little, let's say, a water maze to get through
The
to it.
puzzle in the gym.
Yeah, the little puzzle. That was quite fun.
Good
Play,
times.
play Pokemon Go with Gary. We
Yes,
tried to get
you have.
on Saturday. We tried to get Mega Charizard,
Yeah.
Ooh,
which was painful.
big boy.
Okay,
That was-
so shall I
Yeah,
explain this on this?
go for it.
Okay, so the reason we were going for it is I only need 70 more Mega Energy to be able to Mega Evolve any of my Charizards.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
we were in
don't
a
have
raid.
any
There were four of us. There was me and Lewis, there was Adam, and then there's a friend I've made on Twitter. His name is Dan. Yes.
He's from a different country.
I believe he's from California, if I remember right.
Wow, that is a country.
The country of California.
Anyway, the four of us were trying it, and the first time we didn't quite deal enough damage. And the second time, it didn't register Adam as having joined the raid, and Lewis had to go at around that time as well. So ultimately,
Unfortunately.
all that ended up happening was that we used the raid passes that we used to actually start the raid, and then just didn't get it.
We failed.
We failed.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So sad.
Before the recording of this podcast, I done a raid on
Golug?
on Golug, and unfortunately I failed both times. And it was within. I would have needed an extra 20 seconds just to be.
Yeah, give or take, judging on
Yeah.
the picture you sent me.
Yeah, 20 seconds would have got me to win, and I would have won it.
That's infuriating. That's when I would
Yeah.
put the game down and give it a break for like an hour
Oh yeah.
just to cool down.
So
Well,
then
what do you think this is?
gave up with that. But apart from that, there's only one more. But it's not really. It's not a computer game. Well, it is, but it isn't what I was doing. I was sorting my
based-
Pardon?
It's based on it.
Yeah, I was sorting out my Pokemon cards into like the types, like fire type, water type, grass type, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And it got me thinking to go online and check out some cards to see if there was some up for sale. And dear Lord,
Oh boy.
yeah, and well, I'm not going to
This is
mention it
where it
now.
segues into the topic, people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I'm not going to mention it now. This is the point where Gary or Danny mentioned the topic.
Well, we haven't done Dream Futures, but
Damn it.
we always.
Well, I mean, Lewis, did you want to give yours? Because they're pretty short.
My dream futures.
Yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
think I know Danny doesn't have. Well, I know I don't have any, and I'm fairly sure Danny doesn't.
Okay, I'll have mine then.
I mean, I have a dream, so.
You have a
Okay, you have a
dream?
Hmm.
Ooh. Okay, my dream futures. These have been dream futures for about
A few weeks.
I'd say more than a week.
I said a few weeks.
Yeah, I'd say a month or so. So anyway, I'd like me, Gary, Chris, Danny, and Adam to all have a drone race.
A drone race?
Yeah.
Not so much a race as much as a battle. I think it
Yeah.
was.
With
Yeah, it was more of a battle.
with drones, like the ones that fly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So since we're all separated as we are, we control it from where we are. We can have like a controller that is connected to a certain drone, to your specific drone, and you can see there's a camera on the drone, and you can see what it sees.
Hmm.
We're all got fair game, and we all have like lasers on the drone that can shoot each other down.
That sounds like
That's
a very expensive dream future, but it does sound fun.
But on the
And
other
that's why
hand,
it's
I
a
found,
dream future.
and that's why I found the cheaper one.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, in a way, Gary, this has worked out.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what they're called, but the
Roombas.
the Roombas, the Hoovers that basically go around the floor doing it themselves. So we have balloon. So we each have a Roomba. Well, I messed that up. We have a Roomba.
A drone?
A Roomba.
We have a Roomba
Oh.
each. All of our Roombas have a balloon on or a knife, and a knife. And the plan is to go make some mess somewhere so your opponent's Roomba goes tidy that mess up, and it's basically an opportunity for you to go in and pop the balloon, which is their lifeline.
Think of it like Mario Kart balloon battles.
Yeah, I've seen this on the internet. It would be fun.
It would be fun.
But yeah,
Obvious. But here's the thing that I suggested to him to just spice it up a little bit. Like, say you've got just a small bag of crumbs or something that you can use to make a mess to help steer your Roomba in a specific direction. So you can sort of help steer
So you
them
can-
without accurately steering them.
so you can get your one in safety
Yeah.
and possibly make another one not
In
safe.
theory, you could make it safer for
For you.
yours by having it turn, or you could
Make
make
it worse for your opponent.
by making yours turn quicker to charge toward their balloon quicker.
Yeah.
I see. That would be fun.
Yeah, and that was my dream futures.
Okay. Well, then I guess it's time for my dream. Now, Lewis, I want you to choose a number between 1 and 7, with the exception of 4.
6.
6. Okay, let me see what the 6th dream is. Oh, I don't know if you know, Lewis. I started writing down dreams,
Okay.
like a dream journal, but on my phone. I haven't done it like this last week or two because I haven't been remembering my dreams this last week or two. But
You're getting old.
I mean, I used to not remember my dreams at all, and then I started writing them down, and now I remember them a bit and a bit.
Danny, can I quickly just cut in?
Yeah?
I think he won't realize it, or I think he won't know about this section just yet, because you only started it with our last recording of the podcast, which
And I wouldn't
is
have
uploading
heard-
tomorrow.
Yeah, I wouldn't have heard that one. But continue.
Oh, I just realized 6 is one I didn't finish, so that's
Oh.
kinda-
Number 2.
Okay. Okay. I was living in a hut/log cabin with my mom. I was sent out to
Okay.
destroy a nuclear power plant. I did, but for some reason it wasn't a big deal. And I remember when I did this, it was kind of like Splinter Cell, where there's a lot of walkways and guards for some reason that I had to avoid. So yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's why it wasn't a big deal.
I
The
mean,
world knew
I was
that
gonna
it
say,
was not a villain lair.
I
but
was gonna say, it's not the one that's making Chris, is it?
no. This
No.
is a nuclear power
No.
plant.
Chris is sometimes nuclear.
That's true. But it wasn't a big deal. Like, I would sleep close. I'm just going to read it up like I wrote it. And I didn't write it very well because I just woke up. Like, I would sleep close to the plant and the police didn't show up at all. A couple of days until I meet 2 friends. I'm just trying to say Jennifer and John, which are real
Oh.
people from my childhood. They're called something else, but I don't want to call them that.
Okay.
We hung out for a bit before we went into a house. In that house, I saw ghosts, but they were all stuck in time, at a time of chaos. We then
Ooh.
we then meet another friend, Billy, who's also a real person from my childhood. We talked a bit, but I can't remember about what. Then they take me to school, and there I have some discs with game levels on. I played the disc many times, but this time, new levels I haven't seen before have shown up on the disc. The teacher begrudgingly allows me to play the levels, and they are vastly different from the rest of the game. The game is an FPS like Halo or COD, but the new levels are 8-bit side-scroller, with hordes of monsters coming after you in a long outdoor hallway, until you find a door that takes you to the first-person perspective. The player is now in a room, and there are links to the ghosts from before. I cannot remember anymore. And that's the dream.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
That sounds.
There's a lot going on there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there, but something about that feels familiar. Because I know that there were some 2D shooting games, like 2D side-scrolling shooting games, and I just can't remember what.
But there wasn't any shooting. That's the weird thing. It was just running down the hallway to doors while there were monsters.
Huh.
But that was my dream this week. And now it's time. So, Lewis, you mentioned something about Pokemon cards, didn't you?
Yes, as I was, I was interested in to see how much there was now these days, and I was shocked on how hard it is to buy some for a reasonable price.
Oh, is it almost like somebody bought them all and are now selling them for an inflated price on the internet?
Very much. I think I can't remember what the word is called. Gary, would you know?
That word is scalpers.
Ah, yes, scalpers.
That is today's topic.
Just like with the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 and all the graphics cards.
Oh yeah.
Scalpers.
And the amiibo from way back when.
I'm still yet to get the Xbox One.
My brother got an Xbox 5.
You have an Xbox One.
I mean, the Xbox Series X. Sorry.
But my brother got a PlayStation 5 recently. But that's because he was waiting on a website, and the second that they let them up, or the second they were for sale, he just spammed the buy button, and him and a coworker was doing it at the same time, but his coworker didn't get one.
Oh.
Yeah. But
yay for your brother.
But I would like to I was going to quickly...
I was just going to say, at least. Go on, Danny. Go on.
I was just going to say that my brother is actually also buying a lot of Pokemon cards. And him and his friend are creating decks, I think it is, or collections.
Yeah. You can have both.
And then after a couple of generations, when they increase in value, they're going to sell them.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to sell mine.
But the thing is, they now have like hundreds of Pokemon cards they don't need because they're repeats.
Yeah.
That they might sell. I don't think they're going to sell them for an inflated price, but I don't know.
Yeah. So they're basically, they have loads of repeats, but there's a couple of like rarer ones that they're looking for.
Yeah.
But they're harder to find because the way people are with them.
Yeah, remember they got Chunky Pikachu.
Yes, Chunkachu.
Yeah, Chunkachu. But Gary, what were you going to say?
All I was going to say is, at least in the circumstance of the PS5 issue, at least your brother could always invite his co-worker around and they could play the PS5 a bit like that together.
I mean, they could. I don't know if they will, but they could.
Yeah.
But let's get into the topic about scalpers. Now, we already explained what they do. They buy a huge amount of the same product, and then they sell that product for an inflated price to make a profit. Now
because they are the devils.
Yeah, they are literal parasites, and I dislike this a lot. Even though I'm not that affected by it because I don't have any money, but if I did have the money to buy a PC, I would be, because I need a graphics card, and because of the scalpers and all the bit mining, they're very incredibly difficult to get a hand off. But scalping has existed for a long, long time.
Oh yeah, it's like it even affects what was we talking about, Gary?
We were talking about how with the
figurines,
Amiibos?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah, so
it even affects them.
Oh yeah, big time.
I think it affects a lot of things.
They're the worst ones though. Like, it's okay, like with it being with a card, but with an amiibo, that's completely different.
Actually, Lewis, it's still kind of the same thing. because with Amiibo, they're basically figurines, or in some cases cards, that have a little additional functionality that gives you something in a game.
Yeah.
Now, with trading cards, that's a hell of a lot more difficult to work with, because, as I explained to you before this session,
Yeah.
let's say you've got a Bulbasaur and you've got a Venusaur. You can't play that Venusaur without going through the Ivysaur stage first. And if I've got, say, every Ivysaur that would be reasonably available to you, and I'm charging $3,000 for it, you may as well just not bother playing the Venusaur in the first place, because you would never be able to use it.
Yeah.
And then you've got, say, countless young kids that are starting to get into Pokemon, and they're like, oh, cool. And then they
I want
can't,
the next best thing, and they can't.
and it just feeds off it.
Yeah.
All of these things that they're interested in, they can't do because it costs money that even their parents can't afford.
Or some of them don't want to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn you, uncle parents.
And I mean, but also with the graphics card and the scalping, the bad thing is Nvidia or Nvidia, the fuckers who make most graphics cards,
Yeah.
they're fine with it. They don't try to combat this because all their cards get bought instantly.
Exactly.
So then
That's
it's
part of
profit.
the problem.
Yeah, and they don't care about the people who want to buy the cards so they can actually make a PC game or make a PC so they can play games. They're like, yeah, if they buy them just to to mine them, or if they buy them to sell them at an overprice, who cares? We make our money.
We make our money, you know what? And they get what they want, so
Yeah.
In their case, yeah, in their case, everyone wins, but it's not everyone that wins.
It's only
No,
them.
it's the people that actively need the product or actively want the product for something that they might need.
Loses.
They lose out because people are greedy and selfish.
Yeah, you might, if you're building a PC, you might have a certain budget, and that might make you go over your budget.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be buying any parts from Scalpers. Considering the PC that I'm looking to get at some point is like £900, £1,000. You know, I can't really afford doing that.
Especially if one part itself would be like 3 times the overall finished item.
I mean, it is one of the most expensive parts.
Yeah, that is.
Oh yeah, Lewis, how's it going? How are you going with your PC? Are you getting a PC? Have you put that on pause for the time being?
Yeah, that's on pause at the moment.
Okay, just curious.
I know I haven't said anything about it lately, haven't I?
Yeah,
But
no, I was just curious. Because I mean, I wouldn't mind, but of course you need.
I mean, it also gives the viewers some insight because it's been 9 episodes since you were last here.
Yeah, so that's 2 months. 2 months and a bit. So yeah, at the moment that's on pause until prices go down.
Yeah.
With a little luck.
Well.
As I recall though, something else with Amiibo is actually, I mean, I've partially suffered the whole scalper issue, as in, I've wanted to go down to my local game shop way back when Amiibo were first a thing, and I wanted to get some of the Fire Emblem Amiibos because I, at the time, was very new into the series, and I genuinely like the character designs. They look really cool. And through sheer luck, the very first Amiibo I was able to get was actually Marth. And it's funny because I remember my favorite thing about the connectivity with it is on Hyrule Warriors. If you scan in an Amiibo, you'll get a little bonus just at the start of the game. So after a while, I'd worked up a small collection of Amiibos, and you had, like, I've got a Zelda Amiibo that gave me a nice weapon. I've managed to get an Ike Amiibo as well. That gave me a nice bit of, I think it was like 50,000 rupees. And then I got to Marth. He gave me one rupee. Legendary Hero King, absolute cheapskate.
uh,
But I've managed to get a nice, comfortable collection of amiibo, and that's nice
yeah.
because there's a few I'd like, but I haven't really thought about it too much. Mostly
Well,
because I hardly even use them. Heck, I don't even display them. That I think is down to lack of room for them.
yeah. Well, before we're closing up to the end part, but before so, do any of you have any last parting words about scalpers?
Just don't do it. There are other ways to make
Yeah,
money.
Okay.
yeah, you're ruining it for people,
Yeah.
You're ruining it for
and
people that can't afford it.
and for the people who are not doing it and for looking for stuff to buy, take a proper look at stuff
Don't pay 'em.
and make sure you know who you're buying from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just research what the actual price of something is before you buy something for an exuberant amount.
Exuberant.
Yes, exuberant.
That's the word you wanted.
Yes, it is. That was exactly the word I wanted. But my last words about scalpers is don't support them. I know that you want something real bad and you can't get it, but if you keep
But if you
supporting
pay
them,
them, you're only feeding what they're doing.
exactly, then you're just like, okay, they'll keep doing it. But if enough people are like, fuck you guys, I'd rather suffer than to let you be a parasite on the things that I love, then it might stop. Hopefully, I think I'm hoping that some laws eventually be put in place to prevent this.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah,
Same. And I am certain that if Chris was here, he'd say the same.
Yeah.
I just think Chris would fart into the mic because that's what Chris does.
Don't you lie.
I mean, I would never do that, but Chris, yeah,
Roll the outtakes.
no, don't go. I control that. That clip is deleted. It never happened. I am not ashamed of it because it never happened. Oh God. But fuck. But on that note, shit. Do anybody have any words of wisdom? Oh wait, I think we just did our words of wisdom.
Yeah, I would say that would be the words of wisdom.
Yeah, fuck scalpers in the butthole, but only if they don't like it. If they do like it, don't do that.
Do it in the ear hole.
Yeah, in the ear. Nobody likes that, and if you do, you're a Mormon. Wait,
Or incredibly tall.
is that a thing? I can't remember.
A Mormon.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
Family
that's
Guy did a joke about it.
Yeah, okay, that's where I'm getting it from. But to hell with scalpers, you parasites, fuck off. And on that note, everybody say goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. I'm waving.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Monkey.